find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Dave Yeager coaching his team and was pleading with them to try to get the ball into the low post every trip down. The other thing he stressed was the need to be disciplined on offense. He asked for good ball movement and good shot selection. Well, they need to make something happen before the start of the fourth quarter, and maybe those changes will do the trick, Kevin.
Thanks a lot. Jazz leading by 22. Kicks it to Burks. Pass to Favors. And that one's good.
It would be 4 in a row for him now as they have come racing out of the gate to start this second half.
Well, Derek Favors still developing offensively. I think he's trying to refine his post game and his shooting touch, but the potential is still there.
Randolph with the ball. Favors picks him up. Out to Conley. Another miss by Conley.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
Well, the main thing is they haven't allowed many second chance opportunities, and that is always going to allow you to maintain your lead.
Memphis has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. He kicks it to Gasol. And it's Memphis with another. Utah has gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. G dishes to Gobert. Burks kicks to G. And he finishes. It off with a one-handed jam. Clark, can you believe it? A point guard who can soar like that.
Man, I tell you what, that's a major elevation there. That's a power finish for a player at any position.
Well, he is not afraid to take it inside. We know that.
Now here's Gasol. He's got 13.
Great defensive anticipation there to challenge that shooter.
G kicks to Burks. Here's G. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
This is a fantastic run to start this second half.
And so it's Memphis with it. They're off to battle the Clippers after this game as they'll be playing at the Staples Center. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip. And it's Conley penetrating. Can't hit from 12. Utah has gotten the 3-ball working for them in the second half. They've hit 3 out of 3 shots from long range. It's stolen by Green. Conley kicks to Green. 11 feet away. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 5 assists in the game.
Now, he's one of the best in the league when it comes to executing that lead pass. And we're seeing the shots just dropping from everywhere right now.
Yeah, since halftime, Steve, they've been operating very efficiently.
Now here is Conley. He's got 8. Out to the right wing. Conley left side. Back to Green. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by G. Fast break. Here come the Jazz. And again, it's the Jazz from deep. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for the Jazz?
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And I'll tell you, the other thing that's been a factor is the transition game. They're scoring a lot of points on the fast break. He's one guy the defense is not afraid to leave open from that range, and for obvious reasons.
Conley, the pass to Gasol. Feeds it to Udrih. He dishes it to Randolph. And the layup's good off the glass. Randolph's got 4 points this quarter.
That was a nice finish to an excellent possession.
Out to the right wing. Here's G. No good on the triple. The Grizzlies have gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. Conley kicks to Udrih. Here's Randolph, and he can't bank that one in. G dishes to Favors. The feed to G. Favors with a screen on Conley, and he lobs it up toward the rim, hammers the alley-oop through.
Oh, and the pass there floated up to the precise spot where it needed to be.
And no messing around in the finish, huh? He powers it through.
Sure didn't waste any time there.
I'll tell you what, that is going to be an alley-oop we'll see on the highlight reel the next few days.
Now, here's Burks. He's got 6. Hayward passes to Favors. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Derek Favors, a really nice fit in Utah. Tough as a...
Nice shooting.
Bothered by...
Here is Conley. A three-pointer is right on target. Conley's got 5 points in the quarter. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already.
Tune in this Saturday night, April 11th. Derek.
And a moment here to look back at our State Farm assist of the game.
Well, no question, this was going to be the winner. Just take a look at the expertise he shows on this pass. Perfectly timed and beautiful.
Utah shooting has been out of this world, 74% from the field. G, he's in at the point. Jeremy Evans is out there with Trevor Booker. And it's Hood in at the 2 guard. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz.
Well, the old days of the dollar-for-dollar luxury tax are gone. The new, more punitive luxury tax really changing the way the league does business. Teams like the Knicks and the Lakers and the Celtics, high-revenue teams, they're not nearly as willing to go into that tax anymore. So it really has kind of leveled the playing field.
It's stolen by G. Fast break, here come the Jazz. Here's Booker, hammers it home to polish off the break.
Guys, that's simply superb. Ball pressure, a run out, and then a dunk in transition.
Exactly, Clark, what they wanted, the aggressive defense to lead to.
Yeah, points in transition.
That's why you want to make the other team feel uncomfortable handling the ball, because you can get easy points out of it at the other end.
Here's G. The pass to Ingles. Offline with his 3. And Steve, you mentioned the new luxury tax, and Clark and I talk about it all the time. It's an incremental system. Clark, you know, it starts at 150% and above the $15 million over the cap. The tax is 325%.
And Kevin, that's before you get into the repeater penalties. If a team pays the luxury tax 4 out of 5 seasons in a row, you tack on another 100%. Those numbers could even affect big market teams. Well, they've been better than good on the glass today. There's a glaring discrepancy between these teams in that area of the game.
Yeah, that's what's paved the way for them to build this big lead, no question.
And it's Smith penetrating to end the run, and he sinks the layup. Well, since the turn of the century, guys, the Western Conference has ruled the roost, winning interconference matchups in 14 out of the last 15 seasons. Steve, last season, the highest ever win percentage for the West at over 72%.
Yeah, and 8 of the league's top 10 teams played in the West record-wise. It may be time to take a fresh look at a top 16 playoff structure.
Green, the screen. Shot clock at 5. Carter for 3. That doesn't go either for Carter. The Jazz on offense. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Shoots a 3. It falls. And 3 more from G.
And last season, the 7th and 8th seed in the East made the playoffs with worse records than the 9th and 10th seeded teams in the West. Sure, the conference playoff structure reduces travel, but in the age of chartered flights, you could argue longer traveling distances are much less of a concern, and I would say amen to that.
For Memphis, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Green kicks to Calathes, and out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession.
Well, he just didn't make the catch, didn't look the ball into his hands. He must have thought the ball was going somewhere else.
And guys, I think the biggest advantage to a so-called top 16 playoff seeding is that it would possibly make for a more competitive finals. It's a playoff series that garners international attention anyway. You want to make sure that the last 2 teams standing are truly the best in the NBA.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
I think it's time to make some adjustments defensively, Clark. I mean, what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Analytics has become a huge part of the NBA, and one element of that jumps out at me is basically the cameras that track every movement of every player and can provide info on when exactly a player gets tired to how much of their time on the floor they are actually running instead of standing around.
Nice shot by Smith.
Yeah, and he had to get that shot off quickly because the defense was all over him.
Yeah, that's the key, Steve. The quick trigger, any hesitation, and that shot gets blocked.
And the shot. Is good.
He is just eating this team alive with his offense. It's been a matchup nightmare.
And back to the camera system we were talking about, some teams using it more than others, but they are starting to find and use all sorts of data, Steve, from those cameras.
Yeah, it's interesting to hear how different teams are using that technology. Some teams use it to check on the club's spacing. They'll see how many times a guy is dribbling the ball compared to the season before. That's what the Celtics did with Rondo. It's really interesting. It's a tremendous amount of data to process, but the trick is, making it work, making it mean something.
To the right side. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Green. Down low. Shot is off. And Utah the other way now. They get to take on the Blazers at Portland after this one. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. And that one's good by G.
Boy, I'll tell you what, since the beginning of the 4th quarter, the 3-point shot has really just been there for them. Everything's fallen.
Yeah, the touch from downtown is right on point.
Here's Calathes. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call.
He's not doing them any favor.
I like that shooting.
He's checked in for G. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play, they showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, congratulations on the win and for setting your season high in points scored for yourself. Would you say this is the best game you've played this year?